raising a pig with human flesh. In a remote countryside village, old Mrs. Tam was famously known for her miraculous midwifery hands. Despite having no medical degree, she had saved countless mothers from the brink of death during childbirth. Whenever the local maternity clinic faced a complicated case, they would call on her for help. She lived with an orphan boy named Hugh, around 8 years old, whom she had taken in after his birth mother abandoned him, believing he was blind. After being cared for, Hugh's eyes suddenly opened, and he could see as if nothing had ever been wrong. Mrs. Tam loved him deeply and raised him as her own son. One afternoon, while walking through the village path, Mrs. Tam noticed a group of children laughing hysterically. Curious, she approached and froze in place. There, writhing in the dirt, was a deformed suckling pig. It had no front legs, only 2 stubby hoof-like lumps, blind eyes, and a body covered in blood. The kids were mercilessly beating it with sticks while it squealed pitifully. Mrs. Tam was shaken. She saw in the pig a reflection of the weak, curled-up Hugh from years ago, helpless and abandoned. Without hesitation, she chased the children away and carried the pig home. Someone must have thrown it out because of its deformity, she thought. No one could be cruel enough to let it suffer like that. She washed the pig, bandaged its wounds, and set it in a corner of the house. Hugh was overjoyed, immediately forming a bond with the pig, treating it like a sibling, feeding, cuddling, and playing with it. The pig, too, became attached, scooting around using only its hind legs in a waddling motion. Pitiful and strange to watch. Oddly, the pig grew at an abnormal rate. Within 2 months, it was the size of a 4-month-old hog. But due to its disability, it defecated all over the house, its waste mixing with blood, producing a sickening, foul stench. Exhausted from daily midwifery work, Mrs. Tam eventually had to move the pig to an outdoor pen. Hugh was heartbroken, sneaking out each night to play with the pig, but it had grown too heavy for him to carry anymore. Villagers started whispering, "What kind of blind, crippled pig fattens up like that?" Someone claimed to have seen Mrs. Tam carrying black bags home from the maternity clinic, dripping with bright red liquid. When Hugh asked, she simply smiled. "It's just leftover meat from the market. I picked it up to feed the pig." But in truth, those were placentas. Typically, hospitals would discard them in the trash, where stray dogs would dig them up. Mrs. Tam, disgusted by the sight, began collecting them instead to feed the pig. Cleaner and less wasteful, she reasoned. The pig devoured everything ravenously, not picky at all, especially fond of placentas, especially fresh ones. After each delivery, she just tossed a black bag into the pen, and the pig would charge at it, tearing through the plastic and gobbling it up completely. Then came a bizarre birth case. A young woman arrived past midnight, with a small belly but excessive bleeding. Mrs. Tam suspected a miscarriage and injected medication to sustain the pregnancy. But the baby wouldn't come. The mother was too weak and turning blue at the lips. It was too late to get her to a hospital. So, Mrs. Tam decided to prioritize the mother's life and reached inside to deliver. When she pulled the fetus out, she froze. The baby was already dead, its skin purple, and its head crushed, like it had been stabbed with something sharp. After the mother vanished without a trace, Mrs. Tam cleaned the baby's body, intending to bury it in the morning. While tidying up, a young nurse handed her a black bag, saying it contained a placenta. Without checking, she tossed it into the pig pen. That night, the pig snorted excitedly before a crunching sound echoed, the tearing of plastic. The next morning, the nurse rushed to her, pale as a ghost. "Oh no, I gave you the wrong bag. That wasn't the placenta, it was the baby's corpse." Mrs. Tam collapsed, haunted by the pig's chewing noises and the smell of fresh blood from the pen. Trying to stay calm, she told the nurse she'd take care of it. No one spoke of it again, but something changed in the pig pen after that night. Neighbor Mrs. Mao whispered, "Last night, I heard a baby crying from your pen, like a newborn. It cried, then laughed. Strangest of all, your pig was squealing like it was playing with someone invisible." Mrs. Tam froze. She remembered the bag, the corpse, and the pig licking its lips after the midnight feast. That night, she stayed up. Wind howled through the banana trees. Dogs howled. From the pig pen came a soft, muffled infant cry, faint and weak, like a newborn. Then, eerie giggles. The pig rolled around squealing joyfully, as if playing with someone unseen. hair standing on end. She whispered, "Child, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to. Tomorrow, I'll hold a ceremony for you. Please don't be angry." The wind blew hard. The porch lamp flickered. She ran into the house, heart pounding. That night, she dreamt of a baby with a crushed skull, limbs severed, standing at her door. She fell to her knees, sobbing. The baby giggled sharply. "Mom, I'm not mad. I just want to move on. Please help me." Then, it turned into white smoke and entered her chest. The next morning, Hugh said, "Mom, I dreamed of a little girl. She had no toys, no clothes. She said she was cold." Mrs. Tam shivered. She realized the pig had digested the body. There was no corpse left to bury, no soul to rest. There was only one way to help it move on. Quietly, she injected the pig with a lethal dose, a painless poison she knew well. She lied to Hugh. The pig caught a cold and died. The villagers helped her dig a grave. She told the whole story. A proper funeral was held, with baby clothes and Hugh's toys, gifts for the lost soul. Since then, the crying stopped. But some nights, Mrs. Tam could still hear soft giggles in the wind. Sometimes, Hugh would mumble in his sleep, asking for clothes for his little sister. The old pig pen, now overgrown with weeds, still sometimes echoes with soft squeals in the dark. And Mrs. Tam knows she will never sleep peacefully again.